Have you got tight hips? Have you got sloppy hips? Well, either of those situations, we can address that through using some mobility practices during our yoga practice. This class is all about building strength at your end range of motion for the various movements of the hip joints. And this is very useful, again, for both tightness and sloppiness in the hip joints. So let's get on our mats and have a good time. Come on to your mat then. Sit up nice and tall. I'm sitting on a bolster just because I find that a little bit easier for my hips. And we'll begin by taking two what are called physiological sighs. These are a long inhale, a shorter inhale, and a long exhale through the mouth. So first, we'll empty your lungs. Take a big inhale, a shorter inhale, and a long open mouth sigh. And again, long inhale, shorter inhale, open mouth, and from that place, allow your eyes to close and allow your breath just to settle down into something normal, natural, and slow for you. Our first practice is simply one of allowing ourselves to arrive into our body, into our breath, to dissipate any obvious agitation or tension that we're experiencing in our body, and simply feel present with the rise and fall of our breath. As you nestle in here, settling in, relaxing, notice how you're doing today. How are you feeling today? Could be physical, could be mental, could be emotional. Just noticing, acknowledging, allowing. And feeling into how you should now approach your practice, given the way things are for you today. What do you really need? Practice in a way that supports exactly what you need today. With that intention more or less clarified, let's take a shared breath to mark the start. Nice big inhale. Another long sigh. And welcome once again, my friends, to your yoga practice. As you inhale, open up your eyes, reach your arms up overhead. Take a little bit of stretch this way, that way, whatever feels good to you. Just wave it around a bit. And then we'll bring your hands down onto your knees. A few very simple joint opening movements just to get ourselves a little bit warmed up. Drop your chin to your chest. Start to roll your chin over towards your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder and then look up, over, look over your left shoulder. Drop your chin down across your chest and swoop across, and do that one more time. Look right, look up, go around, look left, look down. Do two more the other way. So start going left, around, some big neck circles around and down. One more time. Up and around, wake up that neck. And then pause in the middle, soften. Take your shoulders up, back, and down a few times, nice and strong. You could have hands and fists about 3 times, rolling the shoulders back, and 3 times rolling the shoulders forwards, finding a sense of opening through the shoulder girdle. Nice. From here, working more into the shoulders, hands come up, backs of your hands touch as your fingers point down, elbows lift. This is called swimmer's arms. Inhale up, exhale around. Try to touch your back with the backs of your hands. Inhale up, exhale back, backs of hands touch, elbows lift. Inhale up, exhale back. And one more time, please. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up and exhale back. Nicely done. Go side to side. just to wake up your spine very gently. It's not warmed up yet, just gentle movements. And then pause and bring your hands into a big fist. Squeeze the base of your wrist together and roll your wrist nice and slowly right to the edge of sensation of the wrist. You might get a few cracks and snaps in there. And then go the other way. Oh, yeah, that feels good. And then press your fingers, interlace fingers away from you, stretching one wrist, the other wrist, and then shake it out. From here, walk your hands forwards, offering a bit of compression into the hips. You may want to come off your bolster if you're using one there. So just folding forwards a little bit, offering a bit of compression now into the hip sockets. Be cautious of your knee. If there's any issues with your knee, you could always use a prop underneath your knees or some kind of towel or something like that to offer a bit more support. Nice. And then slowly, slowly, come on back up. Let's come on to our hands and knees. And I'll try to keep the action towards the camera here. So as you come onto your hands and knees, just a couple cat-cow breaths to wake up the spine a bit further. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tail, drop your belly. Exhale to round. Press the mat quite firmly. Drive your pelvis forwards. Do that 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen and lift. And exhale to round. Little squeezing of the bum as you drive your pelvis forwards. And 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to round. Good. From here, inhale back to a neutral tabletop and step your right foot forwards between your hands. Now again, if there's any kind of issues with your left knee being on the ground, you could take some kind of towel or something and place that underneath your knee if that's needed. Bring your hands onto your right knee, coming up into a kneeling lunge. And now start to draw a little bit of a circle with your hip socket, your knee, and your ankle. In a nice big circle, just mobilizing the hip, the knee, and the ankle here, one way and the other. We're not trying to hurt ourselves. We're not trying to go into any extremes, just slowly, slowly opening things up. And then pause. Bring your hands down. Step your left foot forwards, right foot back. And again, find that lunging position. I can see someone wrote a very long text there, but I don't know what it says. I'll have to come to it as we come to the end of the class. Again, circling around the knee, the ankle, the hip, one way, and the other way. I see, Don. And then from here, again, plant your hands, step your right foot forwards, left foot back. And from here, bring your weight quite a bit forward. So we're offering a bit of compression into your ankle. And then keeping your torso pressing on your knee, lift your heel from the ground. Now walk back, your heel comes down, your toes lift, and you feel your heel dragging back towards you. We'll do that a couple times. So roll forwards, compress your ankle, lift your heel, walk back, toes lift, drag your heel back towards you. This is flexion and extension of the ankle, knee, and the hip. So offer that compression. This time, stay here, and we'll lift your heel 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And linger on the 5th one. Keep it driving forwards, drive it forwards, drive it forwards. And then slowly heel down, walk back, toes lift. A sense of dragging your heel back towards you. Fold in a bit more to really accentuate the stretching sensation. And then start to meet that stretch with activation. So actively drive your heel down and towards you, firing up the muscles of your legs quite strongly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then soften. And now, just for fun, try to lift your heel from the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2. Cramping might happen. 1. Drop it down. Step forwards, left foot forwards, right foot back. Same thing, other side. Offer a bit of compression now into that left ankle, lift your heel, and then drop it down as you walk back. Toes lift, drag that heel back towards you. A couple times like that, forwards, compress, lift, go back, toes lift, drag back, engage. One more, come forwards, compress, and lift 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep it lifted, nice and strong. And then slowly, slowly walk it back. Toes lift, fold into your end range of sensation on the back of that left leg. Be nice and strong with the muscles. Ramp up the muscularity. Drive your heel down as you engage those muscles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Without moving your torso too much, try to lift your left heel from the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. 1. Step forwards again with the right foot, left foot back. And this time, take your right foot and take it off of your mat. Turn your toes away from you. And take your left hand off on the floor, fingers away from you. There's a lot of lefts and rights here. Maybe I'll show you from this angle here. And then take your right hand, place it on your inner right knee, and push your knee away from you, so you're on the edge of your foot. Push it away, push it away. So here we're finding an end range of motion of the external rotation of your right hip. And now, keep your knee where it is, but release your hand and continue to drive your knee away from you with as much effort as you can. So driving the knee away from you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your knee where it is. Place your hand on your knee and press your knee into your hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's juicy, isn't it? Take that leg back and bring your left foot forwards, toes away from you, off the mat. Right hand on the other side, fingers away from you. Left hand on your inner left knee. Here we go. Are you ready? Push on your knee. Let your the edge of your foot wedge in. Find your end range. And then, once you've found the end range, release your hand, but keep driving your knee away from you strongly, muscularly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place your hand on your knee. Press your knee into your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yum. What did I do there? And then slowly bring your knee back. Take your knees wide and slide back to child's pose just for a moment. Let your head come down, your arms reach forwards, and just take a quick breath there. Nice. Hello, Robin. All right. Not resting too long. It's supposed to be a quick class, right? Come back up. And we'll take your right foot now off the side of the mat so that the inner edge of your foot is parallel to the edge of your mat. And the foot is flat on the ground as best you can. Wave forwards and then rock back. Bum slides way back, but your foot stays stuck to the ground. Go forwards and back. We're getting into your adductor muscles here. And one more time, forwards and back. And pause here with your bum back. Try isometrically to drag your foot towards your mat. You're using the outer edge of the foot. You're really sucking the foot in. It feels like the arch of the foot is lifting a little bit. Nice and strong there. And then pause. And here's the hard part. Try to lift your foot from the ground. It's hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, swing your leg back. Take your left leg out to the side. Inner edge of the foot parallel to the edge of the mat. And rock forwards and backwards a few times just to wake up that hip joint a little bit more, wake up the adductor muscles on the inner leg line. And then linger with your bum fairly far back. Feel that sense of the foot drawing back towards you, activating the inner leg line, nice and strong. Oh, yeah. And then slowly, slowly lift your foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee in and sit back. How are you doing now? So that was a bit of warm up. Now let's do a little bit more strengthening. Bring your legs forwards. Feet about as wide as the mat. Lean back as you need, and then go side to side a couple of times. 90-90s. That's what this is called. Now we could take a whole hour to do this stuff, but I'm trying to give you just a general flavor, a quick fix for the hips, as it were. Drop both knees over to the left, and then try to get your legs so that they're 90 degrees everywhere. So ankle, knee, and hip are all 90-degree shapes, more or less. And in this variation today, twist your torso towards your right femur here. It's quite a radical internal rotation of your right hip. So we're trying to drive the right knee down and your right bum cheek down as well. So it's kind of that kind of sensation. Sustain that. Nice and strong. Just let things open up. There may be some cramping. Cramping is usually a sign of muscular weakness. It's your body attempting to protect you from stuff it doesn't really understand. So we're trying to help it to understand. Come on, body. And then from here, start to drive your knee down even more strongly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then pause. You may have to lean back a little bit here. Try to lift your right ankle, from the floor for 5, 4, press your knee down, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, lean back, come back to the flip-flops, side to side. You may notice your right hip feels different than your left hip. That's a good thing. Take yourself over to the right this time, roughly 90-90 in the shapes here. And then we try to twist towards our left femur. You'll notice that in this guy's body here, it's a lot less accessible than the other side. So I'm trying to build range of motion on my left hip here. The internal rotation. Just a little bit passive here. So where can you get to with the knee down and the bum cheek down, where we're going? Breathe into that for a few breaths. Ideally, we hold these passive stretches for a couple minutes, and then we do those exercises for a couple minutes as well. But this is a lickety-split review. So drive that knee down even more strongly, up to your maximum effort for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then with as little compensation as possible, try to lift your left ankle from the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Swing those legs back out front again. Go side to side. And one more variation. Bottoms of your feet together, but fairly far away from you as you sit up. So feet away from the groin. You can hold on to your shins if you like. Come forwards so that we feel that end range of hip flexion here. So finding where there's kind of like, okay, that's as far as I can go today, guy. Go to that place. And just pause there. And now, without using effort from your hands, try to drive your knees down towards the floor strongly. Down. 5, 4, down. 3, 2, Now 1. Now keep your knees right where they are. Place your hands on your knees and drive your knees into your hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And pause. Let's see how that went. Hands at your heart. Lean a little left and try to flip your right leg over. Boom. Without moving your torso too much. This is just a little test to see how things are going. Is your knee down? Bring your foot back in. Take the other foot out. This is guy's weak side. Look how much I have to compensate. Knee down, torso upright. Do that one more time each way. Cobbler's pose, 90-90. Cobbler's pose, 90-90. Wonderful. Come back in, hold those outer knees, squeeze your knees in, give yourself a hug, and then lie down on your back. So as you come onto your back, you might want to just bring your knees in towards your chest and take your knees for a bit of a circle, giving a bit of massage and release into those poor old hips. Nice. And then place your feet on the mat. Place your hands on your belly, maybe your fingers interlaced. We're trying not to use our hands here. Take your right ankle on top of your left knee, and then lifting your left foot from the ground, start to drive your left knee towards you quite strongly. Your toes are flexed back towards their respective knees, so both legs are strong. Right knee is trying to move away, left knee is trying to move towards you. Sustain that quite strongly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Keep your hands out the way. Flip-flop your legs if you need to. And then do the other side. Right foot stays on the ground. Left ankle comes up. Right foot off the ground. And then start to drive your knee, right knee towards you, left knee away from you. Feet nice and active. I like to flex my feet to make sure I got lots of muscularity in the legs. And continue to drive. Right knee towards you, left knee away from you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Drop those feet down. Flip-flop your knees side to side. And let's get into our cool down now. Feet together. Shift your hips a little bit to the left. And drop both knees over to the right. If you need to, you can hold your knees down or hook your legs together with your right hand. Extend your left hand. Look out to the left. Nice big inhale and a long. So here is a final spinal twist, but also you'll probably feel less on your outer hips as well. A bit of release there. The top hip, anyhow. And here really melt, so relax your face, your jaw, your eyes, soften your shoulders. Slow your breathing down. Focus on your exhales. Lovely. We could do this all day too. And then slowly come back through center. Square up your hips. Just nestle there for a moment. Notice how your body feels pleasantly relieved from that. Shift your hips to the right. Knees go left. Right arm extends way out to the right. Palm face up. Look to the right. Maybe your left hand holds your knees down. And again, just chill here. Try to use a long exhale. Melting away any of the tensions that you're observing. We're trying to set ourselves up for a delicious day ahead. A day filled with joy as we face this mysterious existence of ours. The older I get, the more I go, wow, this is amazing, this life, isn't it? To have been given this gift of awareness. It's incredible. And then we'll slowly come out of that. One more little release for you. Both arms, legs up to the ceiling, very lazily dangle there, and roll your wrists slowly and your ankles slowly, one direction, the other direction. And then spread your fingers and toes really wide, and then squeeze them. Spread, squeeze, maybe spread, squeeze, and twirl. Just waking up or finishing off toes and ankles, and then shake anything off. If you need to vocalize, you can, you can do that too. It feels good. Nobody's looking, I hope. Shake it off. Take a big inhale. Lie down. Savasana. Let your feet flop open. Let your hands sort of flop open as well, palms face up usually. And sink into a deep and slow breath pattern. Trying to exhale a little bit longer each time. And notice the tickle of air at the tip of your nose. A gentle sense of coolness as you inhale, and warmth and moisture as you exhale. Try to make both nostrils feel roughly equally open, bringing a sense of balance to both sides of your being. And with your awareness more in towards your body, your heart, sensing into how you're doing now. How do you feel now? And more importantly, how should you approach the rest of your day today? What's the feeling tone of whatever's arising when you consider, how should I approach the rest of my day? Try to bring that quality forward with you as you conclude the practice. Let's take a nice big inhale and a long sigh. And thank you so much, my friends, for sharing this short and sweet practice, sharing your energy with one another all around the world today. So lovely to have you here. Hope you have a beautiful day ahead of you. Take good care, and namaste.